Hello, lovelies. This is Lazy Fox Creates, a podcast about the crafting experience. I'm your host, Laura, and we're going to be talking about parallel play. Specifically, obviously, parallel play in crafting. Apparently, I've been using parallel play kind of wrong, but I think I'm going to continue using it kind of wrong, and just hear me out, okay? It'll make sense. But what is parallel play? I think this is a term that's becoming a lot more popular. The craft community is heavily neurodivergent, so probably a lot of you will know what this is already, but for those of you who don't, it's essentially just being in the same area together, doing either the same or different things, and just having the comfort of someone being there while not actually having to interact with them. So, like, someone could be watching TV while you're at the table making greeting cards or something. You're not actually interacting, but you're kind of like a cat. You just like that each other is there. What I've learned is apparently this is supposed to be for children. I honestly didn't know that, and that's why I'm gonna just keep using it how I'm using it because I think it's becoming a lot more popular. It's in general hanging out with each other while you're not really interacting, but being not alone. The term was first coined in 1929 by sociologist Mildred Parton. And like I said, it was originally supposed to be for children. So while they're like playing with their blocks together, practicing their dexterity or hand-eye coordination or whatever the hell, um, they're also kind of learning social engagement, I guess, which is kind of funny because they're not. The point is that you're not interacting with each other. Also found this article about parallel play in adult romantic relationships. I'm so sorry if I say this wrong. Psychotherapist Carrie Cavell said that parallel play is a way for you and your partner to connect while decompressing from the stresses of daily life and not risk ramping up distress by requesting each other's undivided attention. I'm really curious how many people listening do something like this and how many people would rather just be by themselves or how many people are like actively engaging with each other while they're making things. The next episode is going to be all about crafting in solitude, so it's kind of the opposite but like not quite opposite. So yeah, it's kind of just a way to be alone while not being alone, which a lot of introverts are fans of. I kind of go back and forth if I'm introverted or extroverted because I very badly crave people, but also they are too much for me and I need to go sleep. I think maybe people put too much on if someone is introverted or extroverted though, but that's a whole other thing. 'Cause I think you can be kind of both, which I think they actually have a name for now. It's like ambiverted. Ambiverted. Jesus, I can't talk. But again, that's a different thing. Some of the pros to parallel play is that you don't have to agree with what you're doing. So if you and I'm just going to say partner, I don't mean romantic, I just mean your partner in this parallel play. If you and your partner want to do different things but want to still spend time together, then this is perfect because you can just hang out and chill and you can each do your own thing. And you're there with each other. You don't have the pressure of talking. You can kind of get lost in your own head still while not being alone. You can have a little bit of chit chat every now and then, but there's no pressure to keep up with it. For me, it's nice when I can make something and I want like immediate feedback on it. I don't have to go hunt someone down or ask online. I can just show and get that feedback. Usually I'm alone when I'm making things, but occasionally my friend and housemate Becca will be there with me and then I can like highly value her opinion on things, so I can immediately ask her about it. And you can put music on. It's like you can have a thing that you are enjoying together, but don't have to be engaging with each other about. You can be watching TV, you can be listening to a podcast. Found an article that's titled "Let's Ignore Each Other in the Same Room," and I thought that was really cute. There are also some articles I found that argued that if you are not paying enough attention, if you're not conscious of it, then parallel play could be hurting your relationship. And again, whether that's romantic or not, um, that maybe if that's the majority of your interactions, that maybe you actually are just using that as a cover to not put in the effort to build a relationship. It seems kind of similar to me to body doubling, which is an ADHD thing where if a task is boring or hard or you don't want to do it, because people with ADHD often find boring tasks really hard, that you can just like have someone around because that will motivate them to focus more and do it. Whereas if you're by yourself, you can kind of just get distracted and do whatever you want to. Um, it is a different thing, but body doubling was one of the things that came up when I was kind of looking into this, so I thought that was really interesting. I wonder if I make a episode about that later on. Maybe. I'll put it on my maybe list. I thought about if it would be fun to set up a sort of a kind of parallel play session in our Discord where maybe like once a month we would have a day set aside where we could just like hop in, could use whatever makes you comfortable, if that's video or voice or neither of those, and just kind of stay quiet the whole time, but just like have people there while you're making stuff. And probably other people will be chatting. You can just like be around people, but not have the pressure of participating if like maybe you're having a stressful time or something and you don't want to be alone. I might go around checking if people would be interested in that, because I think it would be fun to get people more directly involved in stuff that the podcast is doing, and we have our Discord, so that would be easy to do it there. I don't know, maybe. Let me know if you're interested. Slash, I might be putting something up in the Discord that you can just respond to. Another fun thing with parallel play is reading. I've heard of people doing book clubs where they actually read during book club and they can read either the same book or a different book, but instead of discussing it, they literally just all hang out and read together, and I think that's like absolutely beautiful. I used to be able to read anywhere I was before my ADHD completely took over my brain, and it's like peaceful in a way hearing like the ambient background noise if you're like, I don't know, in an airport or like at a restaurant. I don't think I've ever read at a restaurant, but at the bowling alley. Oh, I've read at a concert before. That actually was amazing because a band was on that I didn't really care for and I thought it was kind of boring. But I started reading and it was like, I don't know, it was really fun. And I don't I can't really explain why. It was just nice to be in the atmosphere of a concert, but to be reading my um it was a book it was a book based off of the Angel TV show, which was the Buffy spin-off, and it was about evil computers. That's all I remember. I was in high school, so I think that's going to be it for this episode. I really want to hear other people's thoughts on this. If you do this type of thing, drop it in the Discord. There is a channel dedicated solely to Lazy Fox Creates. There's going to be a link to the Discord in the episode description. I am always looking for more guests to be on. I have guests on about once a month, and so far it has been fantastic. Later this month, we're going to have my friend Guinness Porvita from Twitch on talking about rug tufting and spray paint art, which is fascinating to me, and it was a really good conversation. So we have a new email. I think in the past I have given out the wrong email that I no longer have access to for it's a long story, but the email now is fox@glitterfoxmedia.com. And all this is gonna be in the episode description. So again, just look there for all this stuff. There's a bunch of places to find me there. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, like I've enjoyed making it. I love you all. Go out and make something.